Hello everyone, welcome to Sage Mystic YouTube channel, and this is a pick a card reading. So we're going to be choosing out of two different decks. The first one is pile number 1, the Starseed Oracle deck, and we'll only be drawing cards from that deck for each of these readings. And the second pile, number 2, is the Crystal Grid Oracle. So you can pause the video here to take a moment to tune in and channel which of the piles is for you. Pile number 1 or pile number 2, and then we will get straight into your reading. And of course, timestamps are linked below in the description box, and I'll see you in your reading. Thank you. Okay, pile number 1, you have chosen the Starseed Oracle deck as your reading for today. So we are going to be using this pack to pull maybe 5 cards, just a couple, just to get an idea of the reading. I'll only be drawing cards from this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So these are your cards for the reading. So we have Child of the Cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. We have I'm sorry, defenselessness, riding past wrongs and uprooting. I do feel like your life is going to be uprooted somehow. Somehow you will travel or change directions or move, new location. Perspective, none of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. We the Hathors. Deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. And messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. And the last one is fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. I think it will be an extreme move, something you're not expecting to do, participate in. I apologize for the setup, the cards aren't as clear to read. I do need to get a better camera system, but this is such a new channel, so I'm just doing the best I can with what I've got, but we'll get there. So so I get the sense that you will suddenly uproot your life. It may be to an unexpected, possibly exotic place that you're not thinking to go. I feel like you have options, 2 choices. Like someone's holding their hands out and offering you A or B. You probably had a lot of trouble picking the piles today. I don't know why. It feels unknown. I don't think that this news has come at you yet, or if it has, it's very new. But I feel like it will be very, very, very soon. Days to weeks, maybe hours to days. I don't know, but it does. It feels like if you live in a city, you're moving to the country, or vice versa. You may live somewhere like, let's say Australia, where I am, and then you suddenly just go to Peru. I don't know, a valley. It's like you live with an Inca tribe or something. I don't know. Very random, but it's extreme in that example. That's an example. I don't mean you will do that, but I get the sense that it is. If you told someone what your plans were, what you decided to do, they would just drop their jaw and be like, why would you? What made you choose to do that? What's over there that you even want to do or experience? Your soul's growth. You're going to be channeling. You might even write a book. Um, Teacher's aid. There might be some reason that you go. And then when you kind of talk to people about it, like in the coming weeks before you move, I think you'll go quickly. Like within 3 months of deciding. Obviously, visas and stuff take a bit of time if it is an overseas move, which it does feel like a big move. It feels like you just take everything, you uproot. If you've got a family, you uproot your whole family and you just go. You don't know anyone at this new place, maybe just one connection or two of people you meet when you get there. But the more you talk about it to people, they will start to understand and actually be sorry that they judged you or made you feel like you shouldn't go or bad for your choices or guilt you or especially if you're leaving a family that you're a part of a big family and they don't do that. We don't go unless we all go and there's like, 50 of you. But they will say, the more you explain what you're going to be doing over there and why, I think they'll understand. And they'll see pictures, you'll show them pictures and videos of what it looks like, and they'll go, oh, that actually sounds really magical, and I wish I was going with you. And you may even have someone join you over there when you get there, even if they just come for a few weeks for a holiday. And you love what you do. You may be doing some sort of disaster relief, third world country, teachers aid, something like that, where you're actually helping a bigger community. It feels very foreign, a community that is unlike anything that you've experienced, possibly even a language that you have no knowledge of whatsoever. You probably know how to say hi and thanks, and that's it. But you will learn a lot from this culture. You will feel at home. You will feel like this has been divine, that you've walked through a path, a gateway of some kind to exactly where you're meant to be. You come out the other side. I feel like stronger, emotional now, your best self, like you will thrive. And it's like your soul says, we've come home. I feel like you overcome a challenge, an obstacle, something like that, and you're very proud of yourself. A lot of your guides would be extremely proud of you. But this wasn't easy for you to do. This is a huge change, and there is a big part of you that is afraid of all this, but the more of you wants to do it than doesn't, and that's why you go. But it doesn't mean that this is easy, and you are being judged heavily for it, even if it's gossip behind your back situation. Confusion, they don't understand, but you know that the path is going to lead you somewhere. And I think that you are going to grow tremendously. You are going to be so wise and enlightened, and probably really appreciate the fact that, especially if you've come from very much like that first world, like if you've got a beautiful clean environment and then you go somewhere with a lot of air pollution, it does feel weirdly Peru, Mexico. I do get that tribe, that Mayans. I'm not sure, but it does have maybe Venezuela. I don't know why these are coming to mind, but this does feel like it has that energy to it. And I think you almost live in the mountains. I think there's history there. You learn a lot, even about a past life where you lived there. And that's why I think this is such a emotional pulling on my heartstrings type of reading, is because I get that. I long for my home too. But this will feel very much connected to there. I think you've had many lives there and you have enjoyed them. And you're re-remembering past, your history. You will probably, in the first few weeks of being there, spend a bit of time at night when everyone goes to bed, just outside looking up at the stars in the sky and wondering, have I made the right decision? And may feel really lost and confused, especially if you don't speak the language that's here, like especially if you feel like there's a language barrier or a cultural barrier, like how they live their life is so foreign and different, completely different from what you would do. You would go down to the 7-Eleven for lunch, whereas they have to forage, that kind of situation. Do you know what I mean? So I think there's a lot of confusion and a lot of pain. I feel very alone for the first bit. But the more that you spend time with these people and read and start to do what they do, live how they live, learn about their cultural background and history, and wandering through caves, something about drawings or markings on caves, I think you feel more and more connected, and you were extremely happy after it all. So I'm sitting here and a part of me is like, God, I hope this resonates for someone. And I hope that most people who read this aren't like, I'm not doing any of that and just skip over it. But I really hope that this does land for somebody, even one person. That would be amazing. I think there are a lot of star seeds at the moment who want to go home. And wherever you move to, it's going to feel like the next best thing. Extremely close. Like option 1 is going back to your planet, but this is like 1B. So the scenery, the valleys, the landscape is stunning. It is beautiful. And that's the part that feels like home. It's the nature. And the people do make it, obviously. But you're going to learn about something tribal, and it's going to connect you to your roots, and you are going to feel free. After being there for a bit, you're going to, months in maybe, you're going to, like only a couple, 2 or 3, you're going to look up at the night sky and just feel like you can breathe better. Maybe the air quality is actually better where you go, but you might not have the convenience of shops and stuff. I don't know, but I don't think you miss it. I think you take books with you, you read, you get books there, you study, you learn the language, but you look at the night sky and you just feel relaxed and you just say thank you. Thank you for sending me here. I wasn't sure for like a while, but there may be a problem with the embassy as well, something to do with that, but you overcome it. It's nothing. It just seems like a big problem in the moment. I think you go over there for a purpose or for a set amount of time, but I think you want to stay. Or at least visit neighboring countries and keep learning. I think you're going to get hooked on learning languages and about cultures, environments, languages. I think you're going to also teach. You may turn this adventure, this journey into a book. And oh my God, I want to read it. I know you haven't even done it yet, but in some frequency you have. This is cool. If you do, please send me the link in this video if you remember that far. That this could be 2 years away now that you do write it, but please send me a copy. Tell me where I can buy it. This is so cool. Child of learning. You're going to feel childlike again. The innocence, the virtuousness, the fun, the play. I think you're going to enjoy this. All right, well, that's your reading. I'm blown away. I mean, like I watched I'm addicted more to tarot because I don't do tarot, but I watch them on YouTube myself, and yet this I feel like takes the cake. This feels so much more bigger and profound, and I was really unsure about starting a YouTube channel. There's just so much of it out there, but I just didn't know if it would be what I hoped. But I'm really, really proud. I'm really happy with this. This is amazing. I hope you enjoyed this. This was your reading, and I hope that resonates for someone. I really hope that lands. Even if you just take one small thing about it, the language learning might just be the biggest part. But I hope that resonates to all the fellow starseeds out there. I love you. My heart is with you. And thank you so, so much for being here. I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you have chosen this deck, the Crystal Grid Oracle cards, this is going to be your reading. So thank you so much to everyone for being here. This is a beautiful deck that you have chosen. Say in the first pile, very new channel, and I'm very new at doing this recording wise. In person is fine, but recording is different. But I'm going to just choose a couple of cards. I'm going to aim for about 5, but whatever will come out, whatever will come out. And do my best to lay them out so you can see them. But I need to get a new camera system set up. I know I do, but I will get there. And these are your cards. So So the first one we have is the Light Bringer Candle Quartz, and these are stunning. These are my new deck, and they are my favorites. Number 28. They are just so beautiful, especially the colored ones. Geeking out over oracle cards. We have number 26, Protection with Black Tourmaline. We have Compassion, a Joy Tea. I have never heard of that crystal before. Number 29. But I'm loving the colors. Oh, this feels big at the moment for everyone. 3, Communication. Chalcanthite. This feels huge. I might be pronouncing that right. Just going to kind of layer them a little bit like that. 35, Release. Tektite. Ulexite. Anyone who's a crystal expert, please let me know if I'm pronouncing this properly. And the last one is Knowledge, number 24. Oh, I've got a necklace. I just bought a smoky quartz necklace. Record keeper, record keeper. You may be a bit of a record keeper at the moment. You may be writing down what's going on in the world now for future generations. A blog, notes for a book. I did come up in the first pile about writing a book, but this feels like a whole new energy. This feels like about world events or current things that are going on, even weather, natural disasters, weathers, phenomena. I'm not sure what the word is. But it feels like you are, the words mystic keeper come to mind. So I think you might even transcribe old texts from old. And this does relate to one a bit. I don't know. Anyway, it's a new reading, so we'll just leave it as is. The old texts of other cultures, languages, where they would write in symbols or languages that are long forgotten, I feel like you will translate them into English, into a book. The words novel actually came to mind. So you might actually write fiction, but use facts based on it in your books. It does feel like about a traveler and a language as well. Oh my god! I even want to say that I think you're going to channel. If you're heavily psychic too, please keep using that skill and ability. Everyone needs to be awakened at the moment. Use your skills and ability to channel this is going to sound weird, but languages from other planets and put them into books. I think you'll disguise it as fiction, but the facts will be in there. But I think you'll write it for an entertainment book, not just to learn off. Because I think it's like the safest way for it to go in for people, like absorb into their mind. I think children that are children now, when they're older, will read it, learn it, and appreciate it. It will reawaken and wow, this feels very powerful. I mean, these crystals, aren't they? Just looking at one of them on a grid just does it for me, but having a layout like this is wow. I'm trying to get this out. The children who are children now, when they're adults, early 20s or teens, depending where they are in their soul's path, and their evolution, they will read this and they will learn from it, and it will help to activate something in their third eye, in their mind, in that chakra, connected to the crown chakra, of course, as well. But it will help them to channel messages directly from their planet, because obviously they're star seeds. But they're like, I want to say millennial star seeds, because I feel like they're from a new millennia, not even century, but they're almost, the words brand new come to mind. So they're going to, I get the words reactivated the planet. That might even be your title if you're not, I don't know. But anyway, it feels like a novel, not a book. It feels like something you're going to write. It's going to be masked as fiction. It'll fall into that category, but it will have all the facts laid out in there and weaved through it. They will read it. It will send something to the third eye, up to the mind, to the crown chakra, and they are going to channel, and they will probably actually speak in their native tongue, their language, from wherever. That Pleiades, Syria was in here. That was another card, maybe from a different reading I did. Anyway, Syrian energy came through before. Or Lyria, Andromeda, other places. I feel like there are other planets too that, I get the words move closer to Earth, but that could just be an energy, not necessarily physically, although it could be. I didn't know that they moved, but I guess they probably could, or they'll get closer to us through their ships, their starships. So they will be able to communicate and relay messages, channel messages. I think they just go into this beautiful semi-aware state where they can shift their awareness and then they can channel. But your novel, I can't call it a book, is so important for these starseed children. And this may not land for 20 years, but the point is that they're being born now. It's going to help them in the future. Your purpose is profound. Your mission is great. And please do not hold yourself back, as weird as this is going to be. And you're going to feel like it is weird for you. You don't know if you're going to have, mass rejection, hatred, anger, how it's going to be received. You may even want to hide your name through initials, like if it's your name's Ella Jane or something, it's like EJ. I don't know whatever your surname is, but you'll leave it at that maybe. I get the words EJ Scott, and I don't know if that's your name or not, but anyway, that's the example that comes to mind. Also the name Heath, Heath, is a surname. Anyway, whatever it is for you is for you. But you may disguise it as that, because I think you are worried it's a little too weird and a little too out there. But you need to, I get the words, brace yourself for success. So don't hold back. Don't hold back. I think you are going to be afraid because of past lives where you've probably started to write this or release this. However, we're in a 21st century, and I do get it, because I've had past lives where they have ended abruptly. We don't burn witches at the stake anymore, is what I want to say to you. Or drown. You do not need to fear the unknown. It will be well received. More people are waking up, and they are realizing their soul does come from another place, another planet, and it's okay to be you. It's okay to release the knowledge that you have out into the world. Release your knowledge and awareness. It's going to help a lot of people. By not doing it is going to be more harmful than if you did. Even if there's a few people that might not like it or, have negative things to say. It's going to help more people than it will, push their noses out of joint, if you like. But do not be afraid. Do not fear the change, because we are changing and evolving. Our frequencies are lifting, and I get the word light bodies as well. So I hope that resonates. I hope that helps. Your work is so important. You need to finish this and fulfill this. It's your destiny. It's almost like you can't not do it. So don't be afraid, and reach out if you want help writing or helping to channel things for it. I think you can do this on your own. You're needed. This is needed. I can't stress this enough. You have to finish this book. So that's your reading. That's the message I have for you. I hope it's helped, and I'll see you in the next reading. Big love. Big love to you all. Thank you. Bye bye.